How did the Nephilim giants survive the devastating flood? Moses tells us the shocking truth. Moses reveals exactly how the Nephilim survived the flood, something 90% of people are unaware of. Welcome to God's Word Unmasked, where we uncover the layers of biblical history to reveal hidden truths and fascinating stories. If you enjoy our content, consider subscribing, and we'll continue to bring you engaging and enlightening videos. Today, we will explore how the Nephilim survived the flood and reappeared on earth. Some believe that giants snuck onto the ark, or that another set of fallen angels sinned again to produce new Nephilim. There are many theories, but today we will discover the true reason that Moses directly gives us. For those unfamiliar, Nephilim, or giants, were the offspring of fallen angels and earthly women. The main reason God flooded the world in the book of Genesis was because of the Nephilim. Genesis states, "The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown. During the days of Jared, fallen angels descended to earth and taught humanity many evil things. Even after Jared's days, the Nephilim persisted post-flood. Before the flood, God was deeply grieved by humanity's wickedness, seeing that every thought in their hearts was evil. God declared, 'I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them.' Despite this, God favored Noah, who was the only righteous man at that time. When God saw the earth's corruption and violence, he instructed Noah to build an ark out of gopher wood. After the ark was built, Noah took his sons, their wives, and a pair of each animal. Genesis states, 'All flesh died that moved upon the earth, both fowl and cattle and beast, and every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth, and every man, all in whose nostrils was the breath of life of all that was in the dry land, died. Every living substance was destroyed which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowl of the heaven, and they were destroyed from the earth. Only Noah and those with him in the ark remained alive.' There was no confusion in this verse. Everything on earth had died except for Noah, his family, and the selected pairs of animals. So if everything had died except for Noah's pure generation, how did the Nephilim return? Most people believe the Nephilim returned because of this verse in Numbers 13:33. "And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight." Another version states, "We saw the Nephilim there. The descendants of Anak come from the Nephilim. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them." This statement was made when Moses sent 12 spies to explore the land of Canaan. They were to scout the land promised to the Israelites and bring back a report. 10 spies gave a discouraging report, stating that the land was inhabited by powerful people and fortified cities, specifically mentioning the sons of Anak as giants. But where did these giants come from? Some believe a giant or Nephilim might have snuck onto the ark or held onto its edges. However, Genesis clarifies, "And the sons of Noah that went forth from the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. These are the 3 sons of Noah, and from them was the whole earth overspread." The Bible states that after the flood, anyone who lived on earth came from Noah's sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. There were no secret giants on the ark. This leads us to believe that one of Noah's sons or their wives may have had the fallen angel genetic mutation. Some argue that the fallen angels did not give birth to female giants, but this is inaccurate. The Bible does not always mention every child, including females, born to the sons of God. Thus, giants living in Canaan after the flood likely arose from genetic traits passed down through Noah's lineage. For example, Ham's generation might have carried the recessive trait for gigantism. Genesis tells us that after the flood, Noah's sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, left the ark. Ham fathered Canaan, who was cursed by Noah. Many believe that Ham's entire generation was cursed, but only Canaan was cursed. The Bible states the sons of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Egyptians, Phut, and Canaan. The descendants of Canaan, such as the Canaanites, Philistines, and Egyptians, were spread across various regions. God instructed the Israelites to completely destroy the Canaanite nations to prevent idolatry and immoral practices. aiming to establish a holy and faithful nation. Deuteronomy 7:1-2 states, "When the Lord your God brings you into the land you are entering to possess and drives out many nations before you, the Hittites, Girgashites, Amorites, Canaanites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites, 7 nations larger and stronger than you, and when the Lord your God has delivered them over to you and you have defeated them, then you must destroy them totally. Make no treaty with them and show them no mercy." God's command was part of his broader plan. The Nephilim's traits, like gigantism, may have re-emerged through Ham's lineage due to recessive traits. Recessive traits can stay hidden for generations but reappear when the right genetic combination occurs. For instance, if a person on Noah's Ark carried the recessive trait for gigantism, most descendants might look normal. However, if 2 carriers have a child, there's a chance that child could be a giant like Goliath. This principle explains how traits, including physical characteristics like eye color or potential gigantism, can be passed down through generations. Incestuous relationships in the Bible, as mentioned in Genesis and other books, may have contributed to the prevalence of these traits. In Leviticus 18:9, God instructed the Israelites against incestuous relationships. "You must not uncover the nakedness of your sister, the daughter of your father or the daughter of your mother, whether born at home or abroad." Goliath, a warrior for the Philistines, descended from Ham's lineage. Genesis 10 states, "The sons of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Phut, and Canaan. Mizraim begat Ludim, Anamim, Lehabim, Naphtuhim, Pathrusim, Casluhim, Haphturim, from whom the Philistines came." The whole point is that despite Noah's purity, his sons' wives might not have been pure. Ham's son Canaan may have carried the recessive trait of gigantism, which spread through his lineage. Moses highlighted this in Genesis, consistently separating Canaan from Noah's generation. Ultimately, giants like those in Canaan arose from genetic traits passed down through Noah's lineage. If you'd like to learn more, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll explore the second reason in another video. The giant's legacy. In the land of ancient Canaan, whispers of giants filled the air, legends passed down through generations. Among these giants was a young man named Anakim, a direct descendant of the Nephilim. His towering presence was both a gift and a curse, setting him apart from his peers and marking him as a remnant of a bygone era. Anakim's great-grandfather, a survivor of the flood, had inherited the Nephilim's towering stature and immense strength. Despite the flood meant to cleanse the world of their kind, the Nephilim's bloodline had found a way to endure through recessive traits carried silently through Noah's lineage. As the years passed, the stories of their ancient ancestors were overshadowed by new legends, but the giant's legacy remained etched in the DNA of those who walked the earth. Anakim lived in a small village nestled in the hills of Canaan, a community that regarded him with a mixture of awe and fear. His size and strength were unparalleled, and he often found himself the subject of both admiration and suspicion. The villagers, aware of the giant's history, couldn't help but wonder if Anakim's presence was a blessing or a curse. He longed for acceptance and understanding, but his unique heritage made him an outcast. One evening, the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the hills. A messenger arrived in the village. He bore news of an impending invasion by a neighboring tribe, renowned for their ferocity and ruthlessness. Panic spread through the village like wildfire. The elders gathered in the central square, discussing strategies and praying for a miracle. Anakim, standing on the outskirts of the gathering, felt a surge of determination. He knew that this was his moment to prove his worth, to show his people that his giant's blood was not a curse, but a source of strength. He stepped forward, his voice steady and resolute. "I will defend our village. I am a descendant of the Nephilim, and I will use my strength to protect my home." The elders, initially hesitant, saw the fire in Anakim's eyes and nodded in agreement. They knew that in this time of crisis, his strength was their greatest asset. The village prepared for the battle, fortifying their defenses and crafting weapons. Anakim trained tirelessly, honing his skills and drawing upon the ancient strength coursed through his veins. As dawn broke on the day of the invasion, the village stood ready. Anakim took his place at the front lines, formidable figure towering over the others. The enemy tribe approached, their war cries echoing through the hills. The battle was fierce, but Anakim fought with unmatched valor. His immense strength turned the tide of the conflict, and the enemy, unprepared for such resistance, began to falter. With each swing of his weapon, Anakim felt the spirits of his ancestors guiding him. The blood of the Nephilim, once a source of isolation, now fueled his resolve. Villagers, inspired by his bravery, fought with renewed vigor, rallying around their giant protector. The battle raged on, but as the sun began to set, the enemy forces retreated. Defeated and demoralized, the village erupted in celebration, their gratitude towards Anakim palpable. He had not only defended his home, but had also shattered the stigma surrounding his heritage. The elders approached him, their eyes filled with respect and admiration. "You have proven that the blood of the Nephilim is not a curse but a gift," one elder said, placing a hand on Anakim's shoulder. "You are a hero, Anakim." In the days that followed, Anakim's status in the village transformed. He was no longer an outcast, but a respected leader, a symbol of strength and courage. The villagers embraced his legacy, recognizing that the giant's bloodline had not survived the flood by accident, but by a divine purpose. Anakim's story became a legend, a tale of redemption and acceptance, passed down through generations. As years went by, the village flourished. Anakim's descendants carried forward his legacy. The Nephilim's blood, once a source of fear, became a beacon of hope and resilience. The giant's legacy endured, a testament to the strength that lies within us all, waiting to be discovered and embraced.